Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. A couple of weeks ago I streamed on the channel and started a couple challenge runs there. I then held a poll for which one I should finish first in post, and you all mostly decided this run, so here we are. Now let's get into the rules. I can't use guns, grenades, or vehicle weapons. No vehicle ramming. I am allowing the energy sword, and it's on normal difficulty. I did the first 3 missions on stream, so I'll be including clips from that, along with talking about it normally. So let's get into it. To start off, this mission was very easy. The only problem I had was the Halo 2 special. Oh, excuse me, sorry, coming through, don't mind me. Shit. Thank you. And for any new people that might have just joined, right now, oh my god. And I just got the Halo 2 special. A knuckle sandwich for lunch. Yeah, twice. I had 2 knuckle sandwiches actually. I'm quite full, thank you. Oh god! Imagine getting bonked on the head by an 8-foot tall space dinosaur with hooves the size of your head. No thanks, that sounds painful. But if a guy wearing armor died in one hit, us puny humans with no armor are gonna get like our skulls absolutely just like shattered. Oh my god, die! Hello! Are you talking about the sound like if he lands? If the hit lands? Or... Alright, cool. Oh, that's an ultra! Stay away from me! Oh! Gosh! Stop that. No one likes the dual wield needler if it's against them. If I'm using it though, by all means, give it to me. I'll do it. How would you like your knuckle sandwich? To the back of your skull. Alright, got it. Well, like I said, this level was easy, and it's only going to get easier from here on out because of the sword. Once again, this was another easy mission, and here are the highlights. Spanking only? Oh, okay, I guess that's one way to call it. I'll always shake Arbiter's hand. His weird, worm-like finger hand. Hey, no, that's enough. Alright, see you later. Oh, no, never mind. Would we consider ramming enemies with vehicles melee as well? And you're not exactly shooting, you're just kind of running people over. That's just bonk, but fast. I don't know what the hell the plan was there. Yeah, whenever I replay this mission, I never look forward to driving through the bridge. Same thing for Metropolis, so it was just another easy mission. I just held onto the Rex sword from the last level and continued on. Whoops. I did not mean to blow up that truck. Not. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Oh my god, this takes forever. Don't mind me, just casually punching the shit out of a wraith. I'm not sure how the ammo situation is going to look for some of those, but it's an idea. Oh my god, I sent you flying, didn't I? Look at that view. Oh, it's so orange. Oh, hello, I hear someone. Oh, okay, are we jousting? Oh, thank god. Hello! Nice. Well, that's it for the stream clips. Now let's get back into actually talking about how the run went. This mission always has you start with an energy sword, so that made this level a lot easier. By default, I activated Arbiter's camouflage and bypassed most of the enemies and flew to the end of the level, not before forgetting exactly where to go and gained to enjoy follow in flight. Eventually I did find the spot I needed to land, and this level was over. The Oracle was not as forgiving as the last mission because there's a mix of Flood and Heretics. The Flood, as far as I know, can't be killed with normal melee attacks in Halo 2, so I had to solely rely on the energy sword for them. The elevator section and the room afterwards both ate away at my sword's battery, so I'd either need to find a new one soon or face the consequences. I made the mistake of using the last of my sword's battery on a grunt and had an issue triggering the cutscene where the Heretic leader locks us out of the room. There was nothing I could do to trigger the cutscene because all my comrades either died or despawned. So I went back and did a lap around the building, and then for some reason the cutscene played. That works in my favor, so I won't complain. When I took the elevator up, I got a new sword, cut the cables, and booked it to the Banshee. I ran past all the enemies in this building to catch up with the Heretic leader and took him out with only 2 sword slices.
How did you ever make it?
Now that I'm back as chief, I understandably don't have the sword, and instead of sticking around the beginning section, I run past everything, beat the Covenant into submission, and activate the bridge. I hopped in a ghost and drove past everything to get to this section here. By using grenades, I was able to push this block out of the way of the door frame and picked up an energy sword. Once I got my hands on the sword, I was able to breeze past everything and killed these honor guards, which triggered the end cutscene. In good old Tristan fashion, I bypassed going inside the building by doing some parkour and killing all the jackals on this center platform. For once, the hunters actually got dropped off by the Phantom instead of despawning like they did in the other videos I made. I reset to the last checkpoint and it happened again, so now you can't say I didn't try to struggle with the hunters. You know, the rocket launcher from the last mission would be great to take out these hunters. So just like the Flood, I'm pretty sure you can't kill the hunters with any sort of melee, sword or no sword. One of my Marines thankfully killed one of the hunters for me, but by the time I started focusing on the other one, they got killed. So now I was stuck not knowing what to do to kill this hunter. After slicing, thrusting, and even lunging, I came up with one final solution: gravity. So I led the hunter to this platform and bait out an attack so he can throw himself off. I held on the gondola and killed its passengers, then killed the passengers on the other gondola, then cleared out this room of the jackals. Once I made it in the underwater elevator, I took a second to reflect on how far we've come. I ran past even more Covenant and got killed in a very embarrassing way. I got on another gondola and died here far more times than I care to admit. And once I made it to the temple, I killed Regret with a measly one punch and beat this level. I ran past all the sentinels in the beginning, but ran into an enforcer. Instead of trying to fight the thing, I just activated all these pillars to get the gondola moving, which in turn automatically killed the enforcer, so I learned something new today. Oh look, another one. This time around I actually had to kill the things or I wouldn't be able to progress forward. After a great deal of punches on this thing's leg, it went down and I was able to move forward. The rest of the mission was nothing too interesting because I ran past everything, picked up a sword, and died in another embarrassing way. Once I successfully got outside, I met up with my few elite brothers and sliced and diced the rest of the Flood in this final section. At the beginning of this level, I hopped in a ghost to bypass a lot of this first section. I then jumped in a Warthog to have better driving control, but got blown up by a rocket flood. Twice. I took an alternate route on foot and continued to run past a lot of the enemy encounters. And by trying to skip this spot here, I die in yet another embarrassing way. This seems to be a trend. I skip past the Flood here successfully and I hop on the gondola and continue to ignore the Flood. Gravemine was unexpectedly easier than I would have thought, but man, let me tell you, the brutes would make for a good and durable punching bag. When it came to dealing with the berserking brute, I just simply jumped over them and punched him in the back for an insta-kill. When I made it out of the council chamber, I sped past this section and got into the prison room. I got my hands on a brute shot, which made my melee attacks a bit faster and stronger. Once I freed all my marine comrades, I headed back to the elevator, easily dealt with the Covenant dropping in, headed back up, and got my hands on a sword. Just for the fun of it, I found the hidden Cortana toy, so for anyone that wasn't aware, there you go. I jumped on top of these railings, roof thing, what do you want to call this, took in the view of High Charity, and skipped some more of the level. Now there was one potential issue I knew I was going to have before even starting this run. The Mausoleum of the Arbiter. There's two pairs of hunters in the room you have to kill to progress along, so I took care of all the elites in hopes of the brutes being able to kill the hunters for me. That didn't work. Thankfully, I just happened to witness a hunter throwing itself down this pit and killing itself. So with the power of baiting out attacks, I led another one to its death. That's not how gravity works, but alright. I didn't know if it was luck or what, but after killing that one hunter, the game allowed me to move forward even though the other pair of hunters were still alive. Cue the cutscene, and now we're on Uprising. Right from the beginning, I picked up the sword lying on the ground and beat this level in no time at all. I was invisible, you dick! Thanks to the power of sword lunging, I killed the very brute that sent me to the afterlife and beat this level. Before I even start talking about this level, I'd just like to say Chief's voice is like music to my ears.
That brute has the index. And Miranda and Johnson. He can activate the ring.
He just sounds so fucking cool, dude. Okay, sorry. Let's get back on track. Right from the get-go, I sped past the Flood because I had no other way to kill them since I didn't have a sword. But there was one easy fix for that. I had this brute kill this combat form that had my desired weapon and picked it up. I continued along, mostly ignoring everything and only fighting when necessary. And thanks to the last challenge run I did, I learned that you can bypass this room by standing next to this door. It takes longer than normal to open up, but as long as you don't die, you're good. I took the gravity lift up, ignored more of the Flood and Covenant, then lunged to the cutscene. Right from the start, I hopped in the dearly missed Spectre, punched the Wraith enough times to kill the drivers, and moved forward. Skipping and some more skipping later, I got into the section where the brutes have some of my comrades locked up. I tried freeing the elites first to have them help me kill the brutes, but apparently you can't break the lock with only melee. So by using the brutes' own attacks against them, they freed the hunters for me, and I made it outside to trigger the cutscene. Unscripted, but the amount of times I wrote cutscene in this fucking script, oh my god, dude. I hopped in one of the Banshees and flew to the beachfront, killed the driver of these Wraiths, and patiently waited at the door for Johnson. After a few minutes passed and Johnson still wasn't here, I flew back to see what was stopping him, and it was a single Wraith. So I beat that driver to death and flew back to the door. With the door now being blasted open, I can now With the door now being blasted open, I can now fight Tartar Sauce. After dying far more times than I care to admit again, I killed Tartarus and did what I typically do after I kill him. So here's a little fun fact. For some reason, don't know why, if you're on the bottom floor of this structure and crouch, you just suddenly die. Why that happens? Again, I don't know, but it just happens. Anyway, my fellow elite brothers killed Tartarus for me this time around, and the run was over. Well, this run was a lot more fun than I was expecting, and better yet, it was possible. I hope you all enjoyed it, and while I already have 2 more videos in the works, I'd like to hear from all of you what games you'd like to see me cover on the channel. As always, thank you for watching, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.